r/ForeverAlone. Personal Cut 860 says, how ugly are you? I've seen many ops deploring their looks as a huge flaw or their prime life-threatening hindrance. At this point, I'm wondering if this is objectively true or their self-assumption which caused them to be too harsh on themselves with their partially negative self-awareness, based on life experiences of being/feeling rejected. Could it be a mental health issue, depression, rather than being cursed to be fatally ugly? Mirage 32 says, I believe I'm average looking. And I kinda agree with you. I'm pretty sure the issue of most people here isn't that they are ugly, but that they have no social network and no social life. Netobiathanized says, I have been rated 4/10, and one guy at work said I'm ugly, and also I get 0 matches, and no girls ever approach me, and no girls like to talk to me. Chard074 says, below average. My situation wouldn't be so bad if I had good social skills and wasn't mentally ill. Poopifasage says, one time my sister's boyfriend almost broken up with her and he accused her of cheating because she sent him a pic with a supposed male in the background. It was me though. A female. Riyadh Pack says, I'm so big, hairy, and ugly, Bigfoot is looking for me. / Forsaken Problem 6758 says, I'm a 2/10 at best and have a few dozen reasons why I believe this. Biggest reason being, I have very masculine features. Many of them, not just one cool one. Heterosexual men rarely want a masculine looking woman. A bisexual man might be more open to masculine features on a woman, but there are far fewer of them, and I have numerous other faults that would likely hinder any chance with them. Sutrel Leaf 120 says, my face is so wonky that when I got my glasses, they bent one of the arms in the optic so that my glasses would sit straight on my face. And guess what? They're still wonky, a bit less but still. Mrajasan 2024 says, probably a 3/10. I'm not attractive at all. Telenosomachis says, I would consider myself somewhere around average. Autism and the social awkwardness that comes with it is my main issue. I think most people here probably have a combination of issues. r/ForeverAlone. Few Guidance 2914 says, anyone think their face is the main reason they're far? I'm not just talking having an ugly face, but the combination of having a young/feminine face and on top of that being ugly absolute death sentence. I look quite young for my age, and on top of that I'm also kind of ugly. So I'm pretty frick-head when it comes to making friends and relationships. When it comes to making friends with dudes, with my young boyish ugly face combined with my passive personality, they don't see me as a threat at all, so they don't hesitate to disrespect me, since I'm an easy target with how I look. Even if I was still ugly, if I had a more masculine looking face I'm sure I would garner more respect. As for women, since I look young they see me as a little brother, never as a romantic option. Forsaken Problem 6758 says, yes, born with a genetic deformity I'll having amazing convos with people online, just for them to ghost/block as soon as they see my face. Lolifaloza16 says, ugly face, boring personality, autism, and balding are the primary reasons I'm far. Magic Mushroom 21 says, not at all, I have a pretty good face. I'm just short and have a very slim physique/body type. We share many of the same problems though. I'm just not masculine enough. Add tons of mental issues on top of that. Otherwise Celery 8549 says, yes, for me it's a combination of ugliness and autism, but my ugliness prevents women from even wanting to get to know me in the first place. Vilnortrud says, nope, I'm just broken mentally and have atrocious social skills. Mrajasan 2024 says, Yay, mine is part of it. I know I'm not a very good looking, so that makes it way harder for me. Munificent says. Sure. Even if it's not considered ugly, it'll complement an equally prosaic personality according to the norm. Coupled with a neurodivergent disposition plus timidity, and you have the recipe for disaster and absolute physical/mental isolation. When Willibalong says. My body. For Sir Ken Chris says. Born Indian. Femsil Jen says. I fold to younger femme guys so hard. They're just too cute. r/ForeverAlone. Alternative Ninocent says. Today I got rejected for the very first time. I asked out a girl from work on a cup of tea. She said she doesn't want anything to do with me outside of work. It hurt more than I'd like to admit. I felt anger, and I felt pain. I think I'll never try again. That's it, boys and girls. Tie for coming to my TED Talk. Edit. I also now understand the never shit, where you eat a lot better. Tanga79 says. Seriously though, this is why you never ask out co-workers. FML 1,234,543 says. Good of you for trying at least, although I would advise against asking out people you work with. Ali Sama says. Never date a co-worker. My goddess Nix says. Shisha simple no old sufficed. Popular Switch Anna says. Plenty of married people were co-workers first. There are no hard and fast rules to life. There are always exceptions. At least you can say you tried. Rando 755 says. When you approach in person, often they're not single, and often they're not interested in meeting anyone. Do you happen to know if she's single? I have an imaginary wife says. It's better than regretting not doing it and imagining what could've been. NoBox 1528 says. Well, at least you already have experience. I have never invited or asked a girl anything. Jamie Lannister says. Maybe I'm tripping, but her remark sounds like dislike or hatred for UNGL. Uber 939,393 says. She isn't worth it. Dario Cordova says. What do you look like? What does she look like? XR69K says. Whether you got rejected or not, I'm proud you gave it a shot. There's no point giving up if you've never tried, and at least now you've got some sort of experience. Even if it's a negative one, the I think I'll never try it again part is just another part of rejection. You will feel hurt, pain, anger, perhaps resentment. But at the end of the day, you need to let those feelings go and keep moving forward. Either you'll find someone else, or you'll realize dating isn't cut out for you, and both options are perfectly fine. Best of luck in your endeavors, friend. r/ForeverAlone. Deleted says. Why did the universe pick us of all people? Every single one of my direct ancestors has had sex at least once with someone else in their lifetime. Maybe they even loved that someone. Maybe they even bought a house with that someone and had a long, fulfilling life. My dad managed to do that, as did his. My brother, the same. My other brother, the same. My sister, the same. Most of my extended family, the same. A large number of the people you see out in public, the same. It seems to me that this is a completely normal, attainable, arguably necessary goal, but it's so unfathomably alien to me. It's like asking a blind man to picture color. None of them lie in bed alone at night wondering why they turned out so differently to everyone else. They never had that suffocating feeling of loneliness that comes with years of social alienation. Everything came natural to them. What did I do wrong? Rithmaxed says. It has to be someone. There are no winners if there are no losers. Just random bad luck of our circumstances. Lost Frosting 3233 says, I don't believe in that karma shit. People get what they get, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. Animistix says, just hypothesizing here, society has changed a lot within the last century, or even decade, leading to a more independent, focused and isolating experience. This is not just situational, but can fundamentally alter brain development in a way that through whatever mechanism, compromises the ability to form relationships, an adaptation that was likely not seen in ancestors who tended to be constantly interconnected and social. It's commonly reported that more people nowadays are single than ever before. This is obviously not the same as FAR, but I can see how this environment could easily push people into FAR who have a genetic predisposition towards it, when that wouldn't necessarily have happened if they were born in a different, more community-based context. Woodclip says, it is the way it is. Some creatures exist only to suffer. Kid Anakin says, survival of the fittest, we just happened not to be not on those count as fittest. Munificent says, perhaps it was something you did wrong, or something you didn't. People like to everything has meaning, but the ends which have ascribed us the brand of destitute have none, friend. There is no sense to be made when speaking upon the universal scale, and if there is, the only sense of which is entropy. I believe they didn't do in particular something which was wrong or right, they just did something. And it worked in their case. Whether or not it works in ours is self-explanatory. Heh. Be well. Deidalana says, why are farm animals tortured and not us? Same reason. Nature's power and resource imbalances are cruel. You simply are one of the unlucky. The winners exist at the expense of your loss. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.